Yes, you started. That's what I was asking everybody. It's wait for 1 week. 2 weeks now. It's getting better. The second week yeah, that's very My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuhu. Just to let you know, we'll start the program in 5 minutes. Brother Imran is on his way, and it's nice to get started when he's here. So the moment he arrives, we'll get started the program for the evening, and then we'll give you more updates. Just to let you know that we'll get started in 5 minutes. So those catering and the brothers from outside, if everybody can come inside and make yourselves comfortable and get ready, and then when Brother Imran gets here, we'll start the evening program. Thank you on behalf of Brother Imran and his family. We want to really thank each and every one of you for responding so warmly and being here this evening to support them in their time of loss. And we'll go through more of that program later in the evening. Jazakallah khair.
I told her to get him run. I got a feeling something. I told her to get him run, but you got a feeling something about went to school and so on and we can have, right? They were at school. Jabbar. Join his father, and then Jabbar got married, got one child, his wife passed, and then he went to right? And then he stayed here all year round. So he was traveling back. Last one week. And I don't know.
Anwar, do me a test on the mic. Can you do a test on the mic? Just do a test. Just do a test. Testing on the mic.
Just testing for the sound. Testing for the sound. Good for the sound. It's good?
Yeah.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitan rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahabihi wa salim. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. And I'm not sure if we have any non-Muslims here. If we do, peace and blessings of Almighty God to all of you. Thank you all for coming at short notice. This is what a Muslim has to do when we get the message of a funeral. We respond straight away. How else we can give forgiveness, give dua, and join together and assist and stand side by side with the family in grief. This is what a Muslim would do. So, on behalf of Imran Baksh and his family, they're all very grateful that you all could come together this evening to remember our late brother, Uncle Kadir Baksh. So we've got a small formal program that we're going to start with. We'll have an opening dua, some Quran recitation, and a closing dua. And after the closing dua, then we'll have members of the community who is here to say a few words. And it'll take us until the Maghrib Salah. And if we can fit everything in until Maghrib, Alhamdulillah. If we can't, then after Maghrib Salah, we'll continue with much more, a little bit what else needs to be said. And then we'd like you all to stay back and join us with some snacks and some tea and cake. Thank you very much. So I'll start off with asking Sheikh Shadi. We're so nice, honored that he's here for us tonight. He'll give a few words, give an opening dua, and then we'll hand over to Brother Hasib.
Assalamu alaikum. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward all of you greatly and bless you for being here tonight. I have known Brother Qadir and his family since I came first to this Masjid 2013. And he, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy upon him and forgive him, and his family have been like a spiritual family to me. I have learned a lot from him in religious side and for life side. I think everybody meets Brother Qadir, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive him. You know how he smiles for you. And when he used to talk about his experience in his life, the way he used to face this life, like we are talking about one of the Sahaba, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala one of them. Then our relationship with each other grew and grew until really I can see him as my spiritual dad. I used to take a lot of advice from him. When I see somebody like him, even if you go back to 2013, he was the one during Salat al-Taraweeh who lifted the tab, and still I have that picture 12 years ago. And he has left a legacy in my life. But this is life. Umar radiallahu anhu said, every day we say somebody passed away today, someone is going to pass away tomorrow, I'm going to pass away one day. This is our life. Death is the only undeniable thing in our daily life. Even for like the existence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, people agree or disagree for a lot of things, but when the issue comes for death, everyone knows, Muslims or non-Muslims, they know that we are going to die. So what's next? If I know I'm going to die, one day we have to leave without any exception. Even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, they are going to die and you are going to die. And you see now, 1,400 years, 1,500 years ago that Rasulullah passed away. I'm not going to make it long, but I would like to share with you this story. One day there was a motivational speaker who was giving a speech, and he asked his audience, what is the most expensive land on the earth? So now maybe if I ask the same question, maybe we'll start figuring out. So people start to figure it out. Someone said, okay, Manhattan, someone can say Gulf countries, someone said those, Africa, you will have gold. And he said, all of you are wrong. And he said, okay, so what's the answer? He said, the most expensive land on the earth is the graveyard. Is what? Is the graveyard. It was like a shaking answer. What you are talking about? Then he followed that by saying this. In the graveyard, you will see thousands of dreams have not been fulfilled. A lot of good works have not been done. A lot of masajid, a lot of schools, a lot of good things. Guess what? They buried with their people. Then there was a smart person who was on that audience. He was smart enough to write a book, and he named that book, which is literally 100% right, Die Empty. Since we know that we are going to die empty, which means if you would like to do something good, Do it now. If you have something in your mind, do it now. If you would like to repent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do it now. And there is a nice sentence says, like a good man, a good person, the one who, listen carefully to this, the one who turns to Allah before he returns to Allah. Did you get my point? Because you can turn to Allah by choice, but guess what? We are going to return to Allah by force. So the smart person, the one who turns to Allah, which means when you are still alive. And this is what something I learned from Brother Qadir. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy upon him. To have this relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to have a connection. So my brothers and my sisters, if you have anything in your mind to do something good, to return to Allah, to pray, do it now and die empty. Don't delay or postpone that. You know why? Because we have zero guarantee for tomorrow. Even for Salat al-Maghrib, Brother Masjid just shared with me that for the last 2 weeks, every day we had somebody passed away, somebody has a heart attack, somebody with the accident. We don't know what's going on. Two weeks ago, I received a call from Advent Health Hospital in the downtown. There was a young Muslim lady, maybe some of you attended her janazah. She's just 16 years old, who came from Lebanon because she is the smartest person in Lebanon. So her government in Lebanon sent her to America to study and graduate. Even she was 16, but she wasn't qualified to enter the university. 3 months later, she was not feeling well. And discovered she had the tumor. She's just 16 years old. She is the only person in her family with her dad and mom. She's the only, child. After that, she passed away. What I'm trying to say, death does not give any one of us a wake-up call or alarm. But guess what? We know one thing, that we are going to leave. Since we are going to leave, at least we have to be ready. We have to prepare for that, my brothers and my sisters. It's the reason Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala named al-maut musibah, calamity. Because we don't know when, where, in which situation. Can you imagine that we are going to, when we leave, you can't even pray one rak'ah. So die empty. And remember not to take that much with you to the graveyard, inshallah. I would like to finish my speech with this dua. اللهم امين. اللهم يا ربنا لك الحمد والشكر كما ينبغي جلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك. ربنا اوزعنا ان نشكر نعمتك التي انعمت علينا وعلى والدينا وان نعمل صالحا ترضاه. اللهم ربنا واصلح لنا في ذريتنا ان تبنا اليك وانا من المسلمين. ربنا اتنا في الدنيا حسنه وفي الاخره حسنه وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا اغفر لنا ولوالدينا وارحمهما كما ربيانا صغيرا. ربنا اجعلنا مقيمي الصلاه في ذريتنا. ربنا وتقبل دعاء. ربنا اغفر لنا ولوالدينا وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب. ربنا هب لنا من ازواجنا وذرياتنا قرة اعين واجعلنا للمتقين اماما. والله accept our salah, our siyam, our qiyam, our dua, our Quran recitation, our tahajjud salah, and our good deeds in this night. O Allah, whatever favor or goodness has come to us or to any one of your creation, indeed has come from you alone. You have no partner, and well praise, thanks, shukr, and alhamdulillah to you, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Wallah, we ask you by all your beautiful names, Asma'uk al-Husna, to forgive our beloved brother Qadir, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Wallah, forgive him, have mercy upon him. Make his grave as a garden, give him light, nur, and company in his grave. Help him to answer all the questions of the grave, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Make his skill heavy. Let him be among those who will enter Jannah without any question. Among those who will be under your shade on the day of judgment. Among those who will have no fear and no grief when they meet you, Ya Rabbil Alameen. O Allah, let him be among those who will receive the records with the right hand and drink from the hand of Rasulullah in the Jannah al-Firdawsi, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Let him be among al-Hamideen, al-Shakirin, and al-Dhakirin to you, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Let him be among those who will be mentioned in your presence, among those whom you will be proud of and pleased with, Ya Allah. O Allah, make it easy for his family and give them patience. keep his family, his children and grandchildren after him, safe and protected, help with this help us for and can be Ya Rabbil Alameen. Wallah, bring your shaitan for this situation among ourselves, our community and among the Muslim Ummah. Allah bring your help and relief for those facing difficulties, especially our brothers, sisters, and children in Palestine. Make it easy for them, support them, and be with them. Ya Rabbil Alameen. Allah forgive every believer, man, and every believer who is still alive and the one who passed away. Allahumma ameen, Allahumma ameen. Please forgive me, I have to go to my Masjid. We have our weekly class. See you tomorrow, inshallah.
Thank you very much, Sheikh Shadi, for coming here and blessing the function with your nice dua. The next, we're going to hand over to Brother Hasib. He's going to recite Quran, and if you're ready, if you want to join, please join in with him and in the surahs that you know. And then when he's finished, we'll hand over to Brother Masjid to give a closing dua.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لإلاف قريش إلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أرأيت الذين يكذب بالدين فذلك الذي يدعو اليتيم ولا يحض على طعام المسكين فويل للمصلين الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون الذين هم يراءون ويمنعون الماعون بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر إنه كان توابا بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب ما أغنى عنه ماله وما كسب سيصلى نارا ذات لهب وامرأته حمالة الحطب في جيدها حبل من مسد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس مالك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
Thank you very much, Brother Hasib. I'll now hand over to Brother Majdi. He will give us a short message and then he'll do a closing dua.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My condolence to the family of Uncle Kadir. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive him and make his grave Rawda min Riyadh al-Jannah. Uncle Kadir is a very dear person to my heart. When I first came into this masjid, was 2007. He was one of the first people that I've met here, and every Taraweeh, when I started the Taraweeh, every Taraweeh after we finish, he used to tell me that you sound like Haram, the Imam in Haram. It's just that when I got sick with COVID, I was in bed for about 45 days. He was checking on me. And when I came here, after I came out of the corona, I came here, he grabbed me and he hugged me, and he told me, I missed your son. So, it was really sad for me to hear that he's gone. My whole family actually kept in touch and tried to find out how is he doing through the whole time. One good thing also I learned from him with my career, you know, everybody knows that I'm in culinary career. He used to be a butcher, and one of the Eid al-Adha, we were slaughtering a goat, and he was actually telling us where to cut and how to cut it the right way so you can get the right meat. He will be really missed because every time I used to finish Taraweeh and I look behind me, he's always sitting there. And the last Ramadan I performed Taraweeh in here, I did a really long dua, and I felt bad because I have people here cannot stand, and they were sitting down. But anyway, after I finished, I went to talk to him, and I told him, I hope I didn't make you tired, because I got tired. with the dua. It was like a 45 minutes dua. He says, I loved it and I wish that you had more to say and to make the dua. You sounded like Mecca. And you know how he used his voice very loud. So Uncle Kadir is going to be missed. Supposed to make a dua for him, but before I make a dua, there is a verse in the Quran that kind of describe him. Some of the verses describes Brother Kadir, and I'm going to recite it. And in this ayat, there is dua in there for all of us and for the deceased. So we will listen to that and then I'll make a dua, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. إن في خلق السماوات والأرض إن في خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف الليل والنهار لآيات لأولي الألباب الذين يذكرون الله قياما وقعودا وعلى جنوبهم الذين يذكرون الله قياما وقعودا وعلى جنوبهم ويتفكرون في خلق السماوات والأرض ربنا ما خلقت هذا باطلا سبحانك فقنا عذاب النار ربنا إنك من تدخل النار فقد أخزيته وما للظالمين من أنصار ربنا إننا سمعنا مناديا ينادي للإيمان أن آمنوا بربكم فآمنا ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار ربنا وآتنا ما وعدتنا على رسلك ولا تخزنا يوم القيامة إنك لا تخلف الميعاد فاستجاب لهم ربهم أني لا أضيع عمل عامل منكم من ذكر أو أنثى بعضكم من بعض فالذين هاجروا وأخرجوا من ديارهم وأوذوا في سبيلي وقاتلوا وقتلوا لأكفرن عنهم سيئاتهم ولأدخلنهم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار ثوابا من عند الله والله عنده حسن الثواب. We will make the dua inshallah. اللهم يا رحمن يا رحيم يا أرحم الراحمين يا ذا الجلال والإكرام يا رب العالمين يا واحد يا أحد يا صمد الذي لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. اللهم يا رحمن أسألك يا الله أن تغفر لميتنا وترحمه وتعفو عنه وتكرمه وتوسع مدخله وتغسله بالماء والثلج والبرد وأن تنقه من ذنوبه كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس. اللهم اجعل قبره نورا وضياء يا رب العالمين. اللهم اجعل نوره قبرا وضياء يا رب العالمين. اللهم يا رحمن يا رحيم هون عليه ضغطة القبر يا رب العالمين. اللهم هون عليه ضغطة القبر يا رب العالمين. اللهم هون عليه ضغطة القبر يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم إني أسألك يا الله أن تثبته عند السؤال يا رب العالمين. اللهم ثبته عند السؤال يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم إنه كان عبدا من عبادك النصوح. اللهم إنه كان عبدا من عبادك يا رب العالمين فانصره يا أرحم الراحمين واغفر له وارحمه في قبره يا رب العالمين واجعل قبره روضة من رياض الجنة يا رحمن يا رحيم. اللهم يسر له في قبره. اللهم مد بصره في قبره. اللهم وهون عليه وحدته ووحشته يا رب العالمين. اللهم هون عليه وحدته ووحشته يا رب العالمين. اللهم صبر أهله. اللهم صبر أهله. اللهم صبر أهله يا رب العالمين. اللهم اجعلهم من الصابرين يا رب العالمين. اللهم احتسبهم من الصابرين واجعلهم يترحمون عليه يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اغفر له وارحمه وعافه واعف عنه وارزقه ووسع مدخله. اللهم وسع مدخله. اللهم وسع مدخله وارحمه واغفر له يا رب العالمين. اللهم إنا نسألك يا رب العالمين يا أرحم الراحمين أن تغفر لهذا الجمع الذي أتى من كل مكان للترحم على أخاهم المسلم يا رب العالمين. اللهم اغفر لهم جميعا وارحمهم وعافهم واعف عنهم يا رب العالمين. اللهم نور طريقهم يا رب العالمين. اللهم مدد لهم في حياتهم يا أرحم الراحمين واجعلهم صالحين يا رب العالمين وارسل رشدك عليهم يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم يا رب العالمين يا ذا الجلال والإكرام أسألك يا الله أن تحفظ قلوبهم بالقرآن يا رب العالمين. اللهم نور قلوبهم بالقرآن واحفظها بالإيمان يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم احفظ قلوبهم بالإيمان ونور قلوبهم بالقرآن يا رب العالمين. اللهم يا الله يا ذا الجلال والإكرام اهد شبابنا في هذه الجلسة يا رب العالمين. اللهم اهدهم يا رب العالمين لما تحب وترضاه وأكرمهم يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم هون عليهم وصبرهم يا رب العالمين. اللهم أرسل صبرك عليهم صبرا جميلا يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا وقائدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. وسبحان رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المهتدين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Thank you very much, Brother Majdi. We all know Uncle Kadir really enjoyed and really loved listening to your recitations. So nice that you could bless this occasion with a recitation and a nice beautiful dua. Okay, and we still got the next on the agenda is we will send out just now. We'll ask brothers and even the sisters to say a few words to Uncle Kadir. But before I get started, before I call upon my first speaker, I'd like to read out a message from the Imam of this Masjid. As you all know, an Imam of this Masjid is Usman Baksh. He's away traveling overseas, doing his dawah work and charitable work that he normally does on an annual basis. And unfortunately, he's not here to be with us tonight. So he sent a message and he asked me to read out the message to the family. Assalamu alaikum. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Please convey my message to the family and community. It is with great sadness that I received the news of the passing of Uncle Kadir. Sister Sarah and I are so sorry that again we cannot participate in the final salah of our beloved brother. All of us will fondly remember him as the person Allah sent twice to rescue this organization from impending disasters. His heart was always attached to the masjid and Allah will recognize him for this. I remember when his sight was becoming impaired, but he still used to join us for Fajr Salah. It is my hope that many of the younger people will use him as an inspiration and example to make their lives better and in the process get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He will be greatly missed by everyone and our prayers are for Allah to grant him the best place in Jannah. We pray also that Allah give his family the strength to bear this major loss. We make dua also for Allah to keep Sister Zay, the wife of Uncle Kadir, comfortable with her children and grandchildren throughout her lifetime. May Allah bless the entire family and strengthen the Iman. May Allah bless our leaders, our community members, and help us to live as one family in this world and strive hard to develop our community and our beautiful religion of Islam in this part of the world. May Allah bless all of us to live as true believers and die as true believers, and give us an easy accounting and a good place in Jannah. Ameen. That was our message from Brother Usman Baksh. Next, I'd like to call upon Brother Hassan Jabbar, who is a family member of Uncle Kadir and also a close friend, and he can give a few words. I know all of you have a lot with Uncle Kadir. You have him close and dear to your heart, and I know almost everyone would want to say something. So we're going to try our best to fit in as best as we can within the time that we have available. So I'm going to ask Brother Hassan Jabbar to come over.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Respected Chairman, Brother Asi, all our relatives and friends, brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And if we have members of other faith, may the peace and blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be with you all. Now, it was only last week, Monday to be exact, that we were here bidding farewell to another member of this community who was also 91 years old. He was a little older than Uncle Kadir. Uncle Kadir just turned 91 a couple of months ago. Now let's look at the, you know what has happened to this family, the Kadir Baksh family, descendants of Kadir Baksh. In the last 3 months, we have lost, last 3.5 months, we have lost 3 members. Uncle Kadir lost two of his brother-in-laws. One, after Abdin Ahmad, was at the end of January. Then he lost another brother-in-law, and he was 91 and a half, and that was at the end of March. And now Uncle Kadir has joined them. Now looking further afield, in the last 4 years, this family has lost a sister, Uncle Kadir's sister, and he had lost another brother-in-law. So the Grim Reaper is reaping a good crop. In addition to that, we have lost two nephews in their 50s. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Al Quran that He's going to test us. He's going to test us with death, He's going to test us with loss of property, and He's going to test us. And we all have to go through these tests in our lives. I want to reflect a little on the life of Uncle Kadir. Uncle Kadir was born in East Hoostederans on the Essequibo coast and went to primary school over there. And then after that, his family went over to Belplain, Wickanash. There he got married and he had one child and he lost his wife at a young age. And then he got married to Auntie Zai. Now Uncle Kadir was a relative, he's an uncle of my wife, and Auntie Zai is an aunt of mine. Together, they had 5 kids. After that, so in the process, he left Wickenham and he went over to Golden Fleece, where he became a businessman, a rice farmer, a very successful one at that. Now, the one thing that we know about Uncle Kadir is that he is a man who could hold an audience. You sit down and you talk to him, he's going to tell you all sorts of stories. And he could talk to the little kid, he could talk to the older guys, and he talked to everybody. Now, the speaker said that he made a long dua on Uncle Kadir. He thought that Uncle Kadir would have been tired. But now when Uncle Kadir is making a dua for the Sesubrat, Uncle Kadir would call the name of all of his departed relatives. So the dua would be just as long as your dua. And that was the kind of guy he was. Now he was also a very generous guy. And people from this masjid would bear testament to that. You know, anybody goes to him for religious organizations, he would not withhold, he would give them whatever he could give them. He would also help relatives, he would also help other people in need. So he was a very generous person. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed him with wealth, but he used that wealth to help other people. Now, we should all take an example of him, of what he did. And he was a guy who would always try to be in the masjid and would always try to do his prayers. So let us all take a leaf out of his book and do that as much as we can. On behalf of myself and family, on behalf of the extended family, we'd like to extend to Imran, Maslin, and the rest of the family our heartfelt condolences, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him Jannatul Firdaus. Also all the other members of the family, and also all the members of the community who have passed, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant them Jannatul Firdaus. Thank you all for listening to me, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us all.
Thank you very much, Brother Hassan. It's always very nice to hear your voice, and always nice for you to give us an update on the story and the family. We all get to know what happened in the past, and we will all become part of that as well. Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much for that. Next, I'm going to ask Brother Uncle Sattar, to say a few words.
Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum. May peace and blessing be upon each one of you. Tonight we are here to celebrate the passing of Uncle Kadir. For he was a very notable person. Everywhere he goes, he makes an impression on the community, supporting especially the Islamic community. It was about exactly 2 years ago, I was on the island of Wakenham. It was a Friday, I went to read the Jummah Namaz here. And after that, everybody left and I was sitting on the carpet and the floor. Me and the Imam, we were talking, very young guy. And I looked at the room and I said, wonderful in my mind, but I'm going to ask him something now to know if he knows the history. So I said, Imam, you know who built this masjid? And I wait a minute and he couldn't. And I said, look, I'm going to give you the answer. Is Uncle Kadir, father, the Kadir Baksh, right, and his brother, who happened to be the Imam later. And that masjid there was built exceptionally without help. The sons were all there present, seeing things, doing what's according to plan. So he grew up in that atmosphere. He learned from his parents, his father, and his mom was a very, very delightful person too. She never showed that a high-class society was a different type of people. Even though he grew up in a luxury, that he could have done anything. They had a lot of fancy cars, but the only thing I knew, he was a very hard-working man. He was very polite. He was very helpful. He used to be driving the truck that takes the paddy to the rice factory. And he stopped at the roadside and if we were playing cricket all and he just stop there and talk to us a little, and opposed to other people of the same category, the same wealth, I would say. They would pass you like breeze. Anyway, I have known him more than around 66 years now, I know him. And when we become a little more attached, I was a school teacher in 1968, and I happened to be teaching a class next door where the triplets, the three daughters were going, and I looked at them, and one day I said, listen, I don't like this teacher, how he's treating these kids. And I happened to brought the three over to my class, Uncle Aziz Baka's daughter too, and Uncle, and his brother and daughter, Uncle Isa Baka's daughter. So I had the Bakas, like about a whole class was the Bakas. And since then, Uncle Kadir, anytime he said, teacher, how are you doing? He always respect me. Sometimes walking on the road, he stopped his car, he said, Johnson, let me take you. I said, I'm living here 5 minutes away from the school. And I tell you what, I happened to pass by his factory 1-2 times, but I never go into the factory. And he said, you never come and visit me since I moved to Golden, please. I said, Uncle, I'm not living in Essequibo no more. He said, where are you living? I said, I live in Push Fuller, but I come to my father who lives in Honorary China. And he said, no, you must come in, man. Come and see what I'm doing. So, a couple years after I went there, but he was in New York, living in New York at that time. What I'm going to tell you, when I came here, I came to the Masjid on the Jummah day and I shared the invitation to the members and said, listen, I want you guys to come to my home. I'm opening the home. And he saw my parents. My father and mother was here. They're still alive. And they were hugging each other. I said, what, you know them? He said, these are all my classmates. He was so humble. So I met him. We used to come and read Fajr Namaz. And he said, I want to show you something. and he did some gymnastic. I could have never done it. He was so flexible. I said, Uncle Carter, that's great. You did a great job. How you said, man, look, I can show you more, but you know, you gotta come and see me. I visited him at his house. But the training that the sons, all the brothers, they were very, they were kind of mixing with the people. They were not like up class and passing you like that with not doing anything. So we all have to realize that each of one of us here would have to drink from the same cup. No one knows when this would happen. No one knows, no one can bring forward it or take it or change the date. It's there written down. We don't know when we're gonna die, when we're gonna born, and so forth. On behalf of myself, and I'm sure my parents and our extended family, from you, from the people here, or community members, or Jamaat at Claremont, I want to express my deepest and heartfelt sympathy to the extended and all the family. I know my best friend, his biggest son, Kamardeen, we all grew up together. And I know how they felt. And brother, my brother, that's my brother now, because my wife said, you know what? I got to call brother my brother because his mother is calling her daughter. I said, that's very good. Well, I want to read a little poem written by Abi al-Faraj bin al-Jazri. Seize the chance of your free time on with one extra ruku. Your death may be sudden. How many healthy people do you see with no sickness gone suddenly? And remember the saying of Al-Khalil ibn Ahmad al-Faridi. Behold, your physician treated sick ones. The sick ones live, the physician dies. So be ready for the life of the perished. Whatever is coming is near. And never be heedless of death. And remember this poetry. Death spreads its shrouds everywhere. And we are heedless of what is planned for us. Do not be comfortable in this world and its ornament. If it is dressed in the best suit, where is the beloved one? Where is the neighbor? What have they gone? Where are the ones who have houses? That gives them a drink from an unwelcome cup. It makes them a muse for the poets. Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Uncle Kadir. Thank you very much. My dear brothers and sisters, that has brought us to our time for Maghrib Salah. And we'll break now for Maghrib Salah. After Maghrib Salah, the Faraz and the Sunnah, if your Sunnah remains seated, then we're going to ask Imam Nazir Haq, who is one of the family members of Abdul Qadir. He will give a short speech as well. And then after that, we will break up and have some refreshments. I apologize for all of the rest of you who didn't get a chance, but tomorrow is another opportunity. Just a reminder to everybody that the Janazah tomorrow is at 1:30. We'll pray the Zohar Salah here at this masjid. And then after the Zohar Salah, we'll do the Janazah Salah. And from here, we'll proceed to the funeral grounds. After the funeral grounds at 4:30, 4 o'clock, or we'll finalize with the family, we'd like you all to come after the funeral burial grounds to come back to the masjid, and we'll have some refreshments, and we can continue with another weight session tomorrow afternoon. And then those of you who didn't get an opportunity to talk tonight, we'll give you an opportunity tomorrow afternoon. And we look forward to seeing all of you here tomorrow again. So I'm gonna ask the Muazzin to call the Azan, Muhammad Islam, and then we'll perform our Maghrib Salah.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
Brothers and sisters, stand close to one another. Make your line straight. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept our salah, inshallah. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. إذا زلزلت الأرض زلزالها وأخرجت الأرض أثقالها وقال الإنسان ما لها يومئذ تحدث أخبارها بأن ربك أوحى لها يومئذ يصدر الناس أشتاتا ليروا أعمالهم فمن يعمل مثقال ذرة خيرا يراه ومن يعمل مثقال ذرة شرا يراه. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المقابر كلا سوف تعلمون ثم كلا سوف تعلمون كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين لتراون الجحيم ثم لتراونها عين اليقين ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النعيم. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
announcement for the Janazah tomorrow. These are Casey Liv, his brothers. Present for Janazah.
Okay, brothers and sisters, brothers, if you will settle down, we're going to have our last speaker for this evening, Imam Nazir Haq. Not Imam. Okay, he's the president of the Masjid and he will tell you a little bit about himself. He's a family member, he will talk about the family, and Uncle Carlo give us the message. For the rest of you, if you can all remain seated, and the catering staff will be able to put some snacks together and water and distribute it to you, because it's too congested in the Masjid for everybody to stand in line, sisters as well. We're not going to have the lines. If they can just make some parcels and distribute it to everybody where they're seated. Thank you very much. Brother, thank you very much.
Family. 60 Hall Road, Warbuck Road.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. On behalf of my family, my Jamaat, myself, other brothers and sisters in Ghana. I'd like to extend to my sister and her family our heartfelt sympathy for the passing of my mother-in-law. As mentioned by so much brothers here, indeed, he was a wonderful man. He always liked to help people, and he loved to make sure that, for that matter,
I'll format that.
not now only he practiced Islam, but from the time I know him, he always makes sure during time when it is hard, when it's work, it's hard work, he still makes sure that he keep up. And he will remind you, are you fasting? They make sure these things carry on. And
So within 10 minutes.
the last one was the
10 is 14.
Holy Prophet mentioned that Allah loves those who help people, those who are mindful of people's needness and help them. And for that, he indeed was a generous man. He will go to the Masjid, and if you need anything, and indeed, he will try to help as much as possible. Anybody asks him for anything to do, indeed, yes, he will. You should get some help from him or the other. He also, he didn't give up work at all. I just be very surprised at him. At his age, about, I was here about 3 weeks back. I didn't know of his death, but I came here today. When I came to the house, then I was going to find he always is that careful man. Forget the point I want to make. Anyway, at one time, there was a serious problem, and he had to intervene and make sure we get that problem solved before we can continue other things. So he was always an encouraging man. He would always tell you anything in Islam that you know that you can hear it from him. He mightn't be accurate, but then he tell you something that will help you. And for that, we are very sad to hear that he has passed. And tomorrow, inshallah, the brother mentioned would be the janazah. Hope that everybody come out. And all we could do for those who have passed away and for them now is to make dua on his behalf. We cannot do anything else. And both of these closed, and we can only make dua for him. So inshallah, Allah bless him. He can get Janatul Firdaus, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I want to thank you all very much for listening.
Thank you very much, Brother Nazir Haq. Thank you. As we always say, it's up to us now to make dua for him. His turn is closed, and the benefits that he gets only for what else we do from here moving on. How much forgiveness we can give to him for all that he's done, and also how much dua we make for him. Jazakallah khair. Thank you very much, everybody else. As we mentioned earlier on, you know the arrangement for tomorrow. After the funeral service, they can come back to the masjid and we'll continue the program. For those of you who never had a chance to say a few words, we'll try our best to give you an opportunity to address the community. And remain seated, and we've got some light refreshments for all of you. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. And again, Brother Imran and the family are so grateful that you all are here standing side by side with them at this time of great loss. Thank may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all and take you back home safely. And we look forward to seeing all of you here tomorrow for the Janazah Salah. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yes, everyone remain seated. The sister side as well, remain seated. We'll send a refreshment to you. Jazakallah.
Oh, yeah. That's a surprise to you, man. How are you gonna get?
Cherry salad message.
Oh, cherry salad. I'm just setting up this announcement here. I'll be in a second.
Oh, come. I know it. This song?
If everybody will please be seated. Brothers and sisters, remain seated so we can bring the food to you. Too tight for everybody to
Anyhow, I got two grandsons. Three grandsons. One is 22. Another one is 18. Another one is 17. Yes,
This list on it.
Ask them first. Thanks.
We used to sell for Thank you very
Yeah, the video, yeah, it's Russian here by one Mahara. Yes, you know the same thing.
Was he here probably around 1940? Right, you were here for the 1940 when he had it outside. Yes, I remember you. Okay, now I get between this.
you know the university?
Then we need to have the right account. After this,
So you done now, you retire now. Driver, sir? Yeah, because you know what can happen. Ayaw sa masyar. A big Wapa dihat lewang lagi dari bisnis tu. Otherwise, it's in the shop. Yeah, usually in the shop. Udah kebat.
Just a quick announcement, brothers and sisters. I hope you all enjoyed your snacks, and if there's anybody want anything more, there's more snacks available there. And if you can plan for 9:25, 9:25. Just budget the time. 9:25. We're going to perform the Isha Salah in Jama. 9:25. So before that, you can round up whatever you're doing, so that we can all get together and finish our Isha prayer. What's your plan for tomorrow for the week? After the same what I said, 4 o'clock? 4 o'clock? Nothing. Should they finish the burial ground? Come here and say Asad Salah? 4 o'clock tomorrow, right? So I mentioned that already.
everybody to come back to the Masjid here before 4:30.
I'm trying to get the attention. You see the guy? That gentleman that come from Guyana? Grab two.
I was supposed to go with them, but I didn't feel like it was 8 o'clock. I saw it. What's the about
back there. Just kill yourself, bro. Take out this thing.
Where's Uncle Frankie?
I'm not sure. I'm live streaming, everybody. On the camera right now. There you are.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Oh, yeah.
Good, alhamdulillah.
This is the camera right here.
Okay.
Oh, okay. How are you?
Well, we used to go as skills, right? So we used to go out, we used to go with the right? So they come back, never really the big class all the time. So they come back, carry you over by your house, see a business job, and they will start to run and jump this man and all that. Now, there is a big splash of Canada.
When she meets her,
Come on, it's we used to sit around there, we used to sell park the bus, sit down inside the bus, and wait it till the bus ready to go. Go to them, just hospitality, and then walk back. We go as equipment, we go, we send the stuff to my name, people collect care for me. If you want to listen, Không cho bạn rồi, không mà rất là cái tôi bây giờ đấy còn bắt ô xin ông rồi ô hiện tại bây giờ này the boat xin ông right to the boat to get
My brother thought they say 10 minutes.
Okay, let me go to the
In our days, when we was a little kid and children were never done. Yeah, those time was
Yang
Every time any problem is always